Hello, everyone. Hi. Okay, y'all got up in here early. I thought somebody set up, so y'all gotta give me like 2 seconds, okay? But first off, I want y'all to stand up, okay? This gonna be very interactive. Okay, let's start there. So get ready to talk a little bit. I know you have your mask on, but we're just gonna talk a little bit, okay? Just so we can be familiar with each other and get to know more about each other, like as a brand, okay? So first, I just like for everybody to like loosen up, like, you know, get the jitters out. And then, you know, Essence, I want to go around the room. I'm gonna pick 3 ladies to say, what does Essence mean to you? Boom, cool. Actually, I'm gonna ask each of you, just say one word. Boom, let's go.
Ooh, reverse. Okay. Confidence.
Confidence, yes.
A presence.
A presence, yes.
Community.
Community, yes.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, yes.
I say love.
Love, yes. A vibe in this song, period.
Innovation.
Innovation, yes.
Creativity.
Creativity, yeah. Y'all got some good words.
Excellence.
Excellence, yes.
Aesthetic.
Aesthetic in this song, per. Okay?
Discovery.
Discovery, yes.
Unique.
Unique, yes.
Acceptance.
Acceptance, yes.
Empowerment.
Empowerment, okay.
Authenticity.
Authenticity, yes.
Unity.
Unity. So therefore, we about to help you identify what is that. Okay, cool. What do you represent? Okay, it's fine that you're still figuring it out because it's okay. Because sometimes, you know, we got to dive a little deep as we get going. Then we figure our insights, our audience, and that is fine. What would you say you have accomplished thus far that is fun? It could be anything. Travel.
Meeting other fun people.
Meeting other fun people. Okay, and in what spaces do you meet these fun people? It could be here at Essence. You met me today, I mean. more person sits right here. I'm sorry. I know you're trying to eat your nerves, but okay. What is your brand?
Like her, that's a good question, but so I don't want to call myself an influencer, but a creative. So,
Okay. You're a creative. Okay, what do you represent?
Hair, beauty, lifestyle, mom.
Period. Okay. And what have you accomplished thus far?
So I have worked with different brands.
Okay.
I get PR packages.
Yes, to the free product.
And I just got a brand deal with Kaleidoscope.
Yes. Okay, period. And what do you bring to the table?
Authenticity.
Yes, there we go.
And just being relatable. A lot of people like how I'm relatable.
Okay, period. So y'all gotta connect with our creators here, okay? What's your name? Mira. Mira and Jasmine. Okay, so now we have brands in the space, we have creators in the space. So this is just a way for us to connect, right? And so again, it's not to put anybody on the spot, but it's to make you to learn how to identify who you are, especially when you're speaking to people, because so quickly we're passing by people, you want to have a quick elevator pitch to where somebody asks you what do you do or who you are, you want to be able to quickly speak on that, right? So I just want to like keep this in the back of your mind of like who you are, what do you represent, what have I accomplished thus far. So even if you have to put it on LinkedIn, if you have to put it in your bio on Instagram, you know, things of that nature, which we will get to that later on, but these are things that you can help people easily identify you on any platform, right? I know you're trying to take a picture. There you go. There you go. I'll let y'all take a picture before I go to the next slide. Okay, hold on. Let's go back. There we go. You're welcome. All right, so now how do you scout your potential target audience, okay? So that's where we are now. So number one, research your analytics. So anybody know or don't know what analytics are when it comes to social media in any way? Anybody not know? Okay, boom. So analytics, I don't have my phone, but if you are creative in any space, I feel like everybody should have the creator account on Instagram. So we're going to speak specifically to Instagram. You should have the creator's account so that you can see your analytics. You can see how many people are engaging with you within each day of the week. You can also see the target time that most people are engaged on your account or on Instagram in general. You also can see where they're located, and you can also see the ratio from male to female. So this is very important because now you're knowing who to target or who not to target. So for example, at one point I had like a large range of more men that was engaged on my account than women. So now I got to figure out how to like configure my content to where it attracts more women, because I want a super balanced profile, right? I don't want just men on my profile. Like I want men and women, because most of what I do, I think most women will care about, right? So then also researching hashtags. So my friend, she lived in LA and she just moved here. So she was a red carpet personality, all of the things. So one thing I learned from her was hashtags is how she got a bulk of her like followers, right? Because typically, like for me, you know, we use TikTok for everything. It's like Google, right? So it's kind of like you go on there and use, like, even when you're typing on something, think of that as a hashtag, right? So even if it's your name, if it's beauty, if it's hair, if it's makeup, whatever, somebody might be specifically looking for that thing, and then your profile just might pop up on the feed. So therefore, it's very important to use hashtags. Now, I will say this. Don't tell me if this is, I don't know if this is right or wrong, but I'm going to tell you my theory right now because somebody told me, and I kind of see it. So now when you post, don't do the hashtags in the very beginning when you do your post. Wait until after it sits for a minute and then add the hashtags. For whatever reason, Instagram, I think, is doing like this thing of like, they feel like you're trying to target somebody. So it's kind of like they're trying to make it hard and making you press the boost button and basically to pay for all this promotion and things. So therefore, it's kind of like, again, I told you it's a little crazy, but since someone told me that, I stopped doing the hashtags in the beginning, and I'll go back if I think about it to basically bring, again, people still gonna.
How long do you wait? An hour, a day?
Okay, personally, me, I'll wait an hour for myself. Like, I just wait an hour, let it get a nice amount of engagement first, and maybe you can like judge it off of that. So let's just say like in the first hour you got 50 likes, but you want to get 100 likes first. Get your 100 likes and then add it on there, you know, because your video is more than likely going to live on your page anyway. So I'll say wait until like you have a nice amount of engagement and then add it on. That's my feedback. Okay, as soon as my But I also have
I
stuff.
have another question.
Yes.
Can you convert an existing account to a creator account?
Yes. And I'll show you. I'll show you after we finish. I'll show you exactly how to do. I just did it for one of my clients this morning. Super easy. Like it's literally press of a button, and then like, cause I don't know what type of account you have now, but even if you try to go to your music and you know the music kind of a little lame, a little. Yeah, that's why. Cause you don't have a creator's account. Yeah, that's why. Okay, hold on, y'all. I kind of have it here, but I'm also trying to follow the screen. So the next thing I have is how to research tag photos. So I don't know if you guys pay attention to that, but a lot of people tag people. So if you go to someone's profile, and so it's like on Instagram, it's like your profile, then it's the reels, and then it's like tag photos, and then it's something else, right? You should like tag photos is very essential because I look like, just say if it's a person that's into hair, I'll go to their tag photos because sometimes you see other people that are connected with them or other people that they've worked with that you might want to work with or you want to join their community. So I always go to tag photos to see like who else they have been around, who they work with, and just to see if there's some connection or relatability to where I might want to work with them within my brand. So that's something else that people don't really think about, but go to the tag photos. A lot of girls do it to be nosy, to like creep on their boyfriend and stuff, but I do it for business. Yeah. Okay. And so the next thing, research the people that comment under your post. Boom. That's very important. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of times, like, I'm trying to get better with responding to everybody. It's a little difficult, but I will at least heart everyone's comment, right? But go research the people that are commenting on your page because you just never know who is engaging or interacting with you. It's been so many times when somebody has said something, even if it could be a negative comment, whatever. Sometimes just research people because you just never know, like, sometimes, even if it's a negative comment, which I really don't dive into that. To be honest, I block people that are negative, to be completely transparent. I just don't feed into a lot of social media like that. But for me personally, I literally go research people. They're like, oh, I love this fit. Or, oh, I was here. I met so-and-so here. I go see, like, okay, let me see what this is. And I always look at our mutual friends. I think that's very important. Like, that really determines if I follow someone back, honestly, to be super transparent, because if you're connected with people in my community, because I also try to make sure I follow people that are very vital, people that, like, I don't, just because you're posting selfies all day, I'm probably not going to follow you. And it's just being honest, because it's just not helpful for me. It's for my business. Like, it's just not. Unless you're a beauty influencer, I don't care to look at your selfies all day. I just don't. It's just not helping build up my business. So for me, if the mutual friends align, to me, that's just like a green flag that I should probably follow you and connect with you. So I always look at comments, and then also research the people that DM you. So I have a lot of DMs, like it floods, and it's not just like people trying to holler like, gosh, it's not that. It's like, it's just a mix of business in that, but it's a lot of people that that's in the what do you call it? They kind of like tucked off to the side. Them folks. I ain't gonna lie, some of them folks in there, they got some business about themselves. Like, literally, I just gained a client a month ago from going into that folder, and it's so many, but something just told me, and it was very bland. His introduction was very bland, I'm not gonna lie, to the point where I was like, I don't know. But he really is about his business, and he has been actually a great person I've met, and I've been able to connect him with other people along the way since I met him, and it's only been a month, literally. And so look into those people that are hid and tucked off to the side. Some people be about their business. Even if the introduction's a little... sometimes just see what they say. You can always block people. You know what I mean? So just see what they say. Okay, there we go. Okay, period. So, okay, next, we're going to move on to content engagement. How do you want people to feel? So here we go, being interactive again. Okay, sis, what is your brand, and tell us, how do you want people to feel when they come to your account?
So my brand is my name, Shayla Nees. I am a content creator, and I want people to feel empowered when they come across my content. I want them to get knowledge, because I do a lot of social commentary on like pop culture related events and things in like black spaces. So I want them to feel like empowered and like insightful.
You need to follow her. Yes. Okay. How do you want people to react to your brand? Tell us your brand, and how do you want people to react?
So my brand is called the Pro Boss Agency. I own a creative consultancy where I plan, execute, and manage brand campaigns. So essentially, I think I want people to One, it just depends on the target audience. Because
Okay.
I'm trying to shift my target audience
Okay.
to my personal page because I'm starting to realize the importance of like personal branding. So I have a lot of people from back home who like believe in me,
Okay.
but I need like bigger clients who see my work more. So I want them to react to like want a book or learn more about my services and the things that I offer.
Okay. And so let's speak about like reactions while we're here. So a lot of times for me, one thing that one of my business partners told me a long time ago, they were like, you want that oh shit factor, right? So basically you want, no matter what the feeling is, if it's happy, sad, if it's angry, whatever, you want that oh shit factor where people want to double back and see what was it that they just posted. Like, what was that? Did he just put her foot in his mouth? Like, you want to see like what was that? So you want a content that made people double back, rather it's to make them laugh, if it's rather to make them smile, angry, whatever it is. I personally don't prefer the angry and the sad and all of that, but I always, for me personally, I relate to relatable content, right? I like things that makes me smile. I like things that makes me happy. Instagram is funny. First of all, the comments really be giving me life, okay? It be giving me life. So I'm one of them. I just love Instagram for that, just the funny stuff. Like, people know, don't see me nothing sad, nothing controversial, because I get too upset. And I know that about myself. So when my friends start saying, don't send me that, right? But when it comes to any of your brands, right, and you was talking about fun, right, you want to make sure like your content is fun, it's engaging, it makes them excited, it makes them want to travel, it makes them want to go be active, whatever it might be. But just make sure you understand what you want people to feel or how you want them to react when you are posting your content, right? So definitely be mindful of that. What do you want people to do? Okay, I'm gonna come to my sis right here. What's your brand, and what do you want people to do when they come to your brand or your page?
So we're a crafting family.
Okay.
So we make a lot of things out of wood and CNC.
Like your earrings?
No.
Okay.
Not these ones. I could.
Okay.
I haven't yet. What do we want people to remember about us? That we're a family and we have a lot of versatility. We can kind of do anything. I got a daughter who makes earrings, a son who makes art, a
Dope.
husband who makes furniture. Like, we can do
That's
anything
super
that
dope.
we think of.
And so when people come and interact on your page, what do you want them to do?
Usually I want them to spend their money. Spend their money, share it with friends, call us and see if we can make some of those unique items that they didn't think that they could get made. Like, oh, I've been looking for somebody to do this. You can do that? Yeah, we can do that for you.
Dope.
We got that.
Dope. Okay, and then last question. What do you want people to remember of you? Let's go to my good sis in the back. Tell us your brand, and then what do you want people to remember of you from your brand?
My brand is myself.
Okay.
And I want people to remember that, like, it's okay to, like, be who you are and
Yes.
be you. And, yeah.
No, I love that. And I was just telling someone this morning, actually my makeup artist, she just moved here. She went to school with me. She's trying to build her brand and all of that, right? And she was just asking me like how I got started and all of that. And one thing I was telling her, I was like, the biggest thing when it comes to like you say, you just want to be yourself, right? I was just telling her there's also no rules to this thing, right? Like for me, I don't go by no rules, okay? First of all, I'm a tourist. But, so I'm a little, yeah. So I don't really abide by rules and stuff, honestly. I'm like a little daredevil, but I'm really very fearless when it comes to things. Like even with my brand, Dope People Meet, when I first started it, I took my account to $0 3 times, and it was because I honestly believed in myself. And I know it's gonna probably sound crazy, but I'm being very honest with you. When it went to $0 each time, I felt like I had $1 million in my account. I swear to you not. And it really just gave me motivation to keep going. I wasn't sad. I didn't cry. Maybe the first time I cried a little bit, but I knew God was just going to make a way for me to like overcome that. And I promise you, it was ever no longer than I think 3 to 7 days, somewhere in that time span where I was without money. When I took my account to $0, it was between that time span, God came through each time. So that's why I'm like, there's no rules to it. You just really have to believe in yourself, because at the end of the day, nobody can make a decision for you. Nobody can live for you. And I used to tell kids this, and I know parents probably was mad when I was coming back to church and telling the kids this, but I was like, they want you to go be a doctor, and you don't really want to do that. Don't do it. Like my parents, they wanted me to be a doctor. They didn't understand this entrepreneur life or anything of that sort until like literally maybe a year or two ago. But it just don't make sense to like the older generation. Let's just be honest. They're old school. They're used to like 9 to 5, stability, all of that. But for me, I just don't create rules around what I do. And when somebody's starting something, and that's for, I'm not sure who in here is starting a brand, but also like even for me, like, okay, I just kind of like broke my camera, but whatever. I just spent $700 on this, right? Because I said I wanted to become a vlogger. I want to show behind the scenes of things that I'm doing, right? Did I want to spend $700? No. But I was like, I know I will get a return on my investment. I want to really showcase behind the scenes of things that I'm doing. I think people should really have some insight to like things that people see the glitz and glamour on Instagram and the aftermath and like, oh, it's so beautiful. This was great. But honey, you don't even understand. This was the most easiest and simplified project, but it was so difficult on the back end trying to, you know, pursue or direct everything. It was just a lot. Like I just had a project like that. It was like the most simple thing. And it's just like everything kept hitting me back to back, back to back. And I was like, oh my gosh, I should have documented this because people would have been like, girl, ain't no way you just dealing with that 24 hours ago. You know what I mean? So things like that. So like now I was telling everybody today, oh, I'm a vlogger, first day, you know, boom, I'm a vlogger now and I own that, right? I ain't been doing it for 10 years, but I'm a vlogger. I'm calling myself a vlogger today. So that's just what it is, right? So yeah, so these are questions that you just want to be able to identify when it comes to your brand. Again, how do you want people to make you feel? I mean, how do you want people to feel? How do you want people to react? How do you want people, what do you want them to do? And what do you want people to remember of you? Okay? Now we're going to go to bio structure, okay? Because I see a lot of raggedy bios. Okay, boom. This is mine. It ain't the best, but it's something, okay? So with my bio, so I make it very like, I try to make it easy to identify what I do, even though a lot of people, if you kind of follow me or know of me, you be like, girl, I don't know what she do. She do everything. So I just made it executive producer. So yes, I do brand strategy. I'm a brand strategist. I'm a content producer. You know, I'm an event producer. I do all of that. But the best way for me to summarize everything is executive producer. Because I literally produce from the ground all the way to the finishing product, right? Okay, CEO, the PM firm and Dope People Meet, boom. A year and a half ago, I acquired the role as the marketing manager at Foot Locker. So literally doing what I do as an entrepreneur, but for Foot Locker. Yeah. So curating, ideating all of the initiatives that we have within our community in like the southeastern region. And then I also was a part of the Nike Yard Runners 1.0 campaign. So if y'all ever follow the Yard Runners, acknowledging the HBCU students around the world, and you know, just basically the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. So yes, but yeah, so it was very dope to like be recognized by Nike, and I'm gonna speak to that in just a second. But then also I have on here in parentheses, all views are my own on purpose, because I am associated, as you see, with a few different entities. It's not association with anybody besides what I present to you, right? Sometimes you just have to add those disclaimers because people try to like, you know what I mean? So I will always say, depending on where you are in life and where you are with your brand, add a disclaimer at the end of your bio. I had a cute little AKA with the pink and green, but I took it off. Got my soror. Okay, period. But yeah, I took that off because I'm like, okay, if you know, you know. I need a disclaimer on there. So I took it off. Okay, and then I also have a link to my link tree. So basically on there, it takes you to everything that I have going on. So if it's my YouTube, if it's Dope People Meet website, the PM firm, consultations, whatever, that's a link to get access to all of those things at once, right? So like I said, this is not just the perfect bio, but it gets to the point of what you need to know about me, right? Or what I want you to know about me. And then I have hella highlights, y'all. I just do so much, and I just started creating hella highlights. Just sometimes just like for a remembrance for myself, just seeing the things that I've accomplished over the years and stuff like that. So it's really not even for y'all, it's for me, but I let y'all enjoy it too. So it's just like one of those things. Like, and I want to clean it up to look a little bit more like in unison, but that's just what I have, right? It just shows kind of like my personality in each one of those, and boom. So yes, I would say you all should clean your bios if you have not. Anybody have a bio you want us to see right now? Live, real time. Let's go. Let me see. Go to your Instagram. Let's see. I wish I could show it on the screen, but I can't. That's what I was like. But I'm going to try to show you what I can. And I'm telling y'all to go to her page so y'all can see in real time, right? So we're going to go together. And y'all can follow her too. Okay, so everybody go to Taste. TACE Deluxe on Instagram. Oh yes, this is a lot. Okay, hold Luxury Meets Holistic Wellness. Okay, so she has on here, she's entrepreneur, black on. It says where luxury meets holistic wellness. The next one is spiritual healing and empowerment. The next one is self-care rituals and bath caddies. The next one is goddess baths. And then underneath that is and more. Okay, boom. It's a lot, but I know you can simplify it, right? Let me see what we can make it. I don't really want to. I wish I had my phone so I can kind of do it on my phone. So I'm gonna delete your stuff. I need a phone.
You want to text me a note?
Yeah, let me see one of my devices, please. Cause I don't want to mess up your phone. I don't want to mess up your bio. Okay, boom. Okay, I'm also gonna show y'all another trick too. I'm gonna try my trick first, and then I'm gonna see if I like it. Cause sometimes I'm be liking my trick. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take her bio right now. Do anybody use Chat GPT?
That's how I got that.
Boom. But you can shorten it though. So I'm gonna show you how we can shorten it. Cause it's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad, but it is a lot, and it kind of, to me, can sound repetitive. Anybody else think? Okay. Boom. Let's shorten it. Hold on. Thank you, ladies, for coming.
You were amazing.
Thank you.
Them gems or pearls.
Okay, make this bio. Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what I'm typing into GPT. I think I'm saying it right. Yeah, GPT. So what I'm doing is I typically will go in, I'll copy and paste our whole bio, right? That's what I just did. And I'm going in Chat GPT and saying make this bio structure shorter. And I don't know if y'all know how to navigate it properly, but I'm teaching y'all a little something how to navigate chat. Okay, boom. Chat comes back with okay, kind of the same thing.
I've been playing around with it.
Yeah, but I wanted to be make it shorter. Like, why they not listening to me?
Yeah, I'll be doing like 150 words or characters.
Make it
of the space limitation.
5 words max. Let's see. Okay, when we do that, it says luxury, wellness, healing, and self-care, which is not bad. I'm gonna screenshot that for you.
Okay.
Yes, because when it's too much to read, it's just like, for me, I got too much going on. I can't be reading all of that. Like, for me, if I see luxury, wellness, healing, self-care, boom, you can keep your cute little icons to the left, but just make it more simplified so that when they inquire about it, you can go into more detail about that. Or if it's on your website, they can see more in detail about this, right? But I personally like luxury, wellness. Like, they're off top. It's like, okay, her. You know what I'm saying? And healing, boom. We're in this healing world, right? Like, you know, we all about mental wellness. I mean, mental, what did I say? Mental wellness. Like, what's wellness? Okay. And self-care. Like, that's crazy. But I just screenshot this for you, and I'm going to give this to you. Okay, boom. But that's how I literally would make it that minimum. Because it's too many words. For somebody like me, I'm on go too much. I can't read all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to get straight to the point. Okay, boom. Marketing apps. Y'all can screenshot this, do whatever you need to do. MailChimp, so I'll go into each one of them and why I like them, right? So MailChimp, so there is a new platform that my homegirl's trying to put me on, but I'm gonna speak to what I know right now, right? MailChimp for me is like what I use for all of my emails, right? So as you guys are doing events or you all are doing marketing campaigns, try to get as much information from these people that are engaging with you as possible. So their emails, sometimes people's emails are in their bio, but however, collect as many emails as possible, right? So MailChimp allows you to collect all these emails and send out all these marketing campaigns. So a weekly newsletter, a monthly newsletter, whatever it is easy to curate on there. A lot of people that are that's under my Dope People Meet newsletter, they always talk about it all the time, how vibrant, how nice, how clean it is, and they love it. So it's just giving them basic information. If it's a flyer to an event, details about the event, click to get your tickets right here, boom, right? That's what MailChimp is for. Canva, love Canva, okay? I do all of my presentations. I did this on Canva. Boom. Now, this is not their template. I created this because, I took my own thing. But I do start with their templates and then I'll just switch it up. I just have to switch it up. I don't never really use theirs directly, but it's a good template to start with. And then you can get creative outside of that. So Canva is great for presentations, even flyers, anything. Honestly, Canva is great for that. So y'all should navigate Canva. CapCut is great for content. So even it helps you like have a template. So if it's like travel recap, food recap, workout recap, CapCut is great for that. Boom. InShot, that's also a editing app that I use where I'm able to cut up my videos as well. It's just like CapCut, but it's like one of those, if I do my workout video and I don't want all the extra effects in it, I just do InShot, so it can just do a nice little blend from one video to the next. InShot is good for that. It's good for a lot of other things as well, but check it out. Discord. So I've been a part of Discord chats, and I also started my own during like the pandemic. Not as active on there right now, but it's great for community building. Okay, so I think that's great along with Instagram group chat. I think Instagram group chat is the more popular thing now. So I say if you have a brand, try to build your community with the Instagram group chat. I'm also saying this out loud because I need to do it for myself for Dope People Meet. Just so people can they can feel like they have exclusive access to certain things. Like even one of my friends, B Simone, for example, on hers with her podcast, she only released like the merchandise on that group chat. So if you're not part of the group chat, you would not know or have access to it. You can't just go to her website. You have to have access to the group chat. So things like that, like I think is great for marketing purposes because you make people feel like, oh, we exclusive. We are the only ones to have access to this thing, right? Cool. I think we're at the end. Are we? We are. Boom. So this is what I will leave you with. Create trust, improve your findability, and your brand will expand. Did I do good? I think I did good. Okay, now I'm going to open up the floor for Q&A. Any questions? Yes.
So, with like growing your marketing firm, how did you like secure the corporate client? Because I feel like I just started my agency last August, and I started with doing brand campaigns, but I'm basically like a strategy person. So now what I'm realizing is I have clients who want to work with me, but they're not ready for brand campaigns. And then I have clients who work with me who are ready for brand campaigns, but there's so much going on in their mind that they need somebody to strategize and organize it.
Got it.
But I love my clients that I have, but I want to get bigger contracts.
Got you. Okay, so with Dope People Meet, I started it June 26, 2018. And all I did was all those years of hustling. So I got here September 17, 2014. And so when I got here, I was going to all the networking events. Now, granted, life 2014 life now is completely different. Networking is completely different. It was a lot of really dope activations and events going on back in 2014, so I was going to all of them. And kind of like how on Instagram you follow somebody, you think y'all friends, so when you see each other in person, y'all like buddies. That's how I was going to these events. You go to all these events, they see your face good enough, they be like, oh, like I remember you from the last event, boom. So that's how I started building my relationships, was just my face being visible and present, and always introducing myself very boldly with, I am Porchia Marie. I don't just say Porchia. That's not who my brand is, Porchia Marie. So people like, I can't just say Porchia. I'm like, well, it's Porchia Marie, but when we get to know each other, you can say Porchia, but I'm Porchia Marie. And I'm saying that specifically because if you even go looking for me, you will type in Porchia Marie. You're not just going to type in Porchia. You just type in Porchia, you might find Porchia from The Housewives. Right. You got to look for me. So, so that was one thing is going out networking, making my face known, being vocal about who I am. And from there, I utilized all those relationships I built over time and basically went to them when they start getting to these companies. Like now I'm at Foot Locker, right? So now people come to me like, yo, we need da-da-da, right? But I utilized those relationships. So my mentor, Jason Reddick, he's at ASCAP. So the very first event I did with Dope People Meet was at ASCAP building. And honestly, he's the reason why I came up with Dope People Meet. The first idea I had, he basically told me it was shitty, and I was pissed, and I left, and I was driving around, and I just was trying to think of like, at the time I had this brand called Dope New Artists, and I was acknowledging and recognizing the dope new artists that were being released each week, and then I was like, how can I think of something that's like tied in with that, but not the same, so I just started thinking of things, and I came up with Dope People Meet, long story short. And so he was like, I'm gonna open up the doors, don't ask me for nothing else, that's it. Boom. that was my entry to everything that came after that. So I utilized my connections there. That's how I first started. I didn't have no overhead because I had to pay for the building, thank God. Then from there, my people's at Atlantic Records. So I'm like, yo, I want to do this dope activation during A3C. Hitting my people at A3C. Boom, got a slide with A3C. You know what I'm saying? And I just kept, and then even the people I didn't know, because I did like this series with Google, and I went to this event. So I'm be honest, it was this girl that was doing this event, which she don't even do events. She was just doing something, right? I'm not even being shady. I'm being for real. She was just doing something. I think she was just trying to figure herself out too. I didn't go to the event to support her, I'm be honest. I didn't. I went to the event to meet the people at Google because I'm like, I can do this. If she can do it and she don't even do events, I know I can do it. So that's how my mind works too, right? So I was like, I know I can do it. So let me go meet them so I can go curate my own relationship with the people at Google and do my own thing. And we literally did like 3 to 4 series in Atlanta. Then I took it on tour. We went to Brooklyn, New York, packed out that room. Amazing experience. It was the most amazing thing. But I'm just showing you how my brain works. Right. And it's not even being shady, it's just being for real. Like, I'm like, damn, she don't even do events, but she got an event with Google. I'm like, now that's dope as hell. Right. But now let me go meet these dope people at Google. You know, so that's how, so long story short, that's how I basically start going to places and honestly, when I met him, I was like, we're doing an event next month. I was very aggressive about it. And he was like, okay. And I was like, no, I'm being for real. And then I scheduled a meeting on his calendar the following week to really show him that I was serious about it. And so things like that, like sometimes it was like aggressive approach because I didn't know that man from a can of paint. Right. And then sometimes it was me just doing outreach with email and people was just saying yes to me. Like when we did Brooklyn, New York, a lot of people traveled from Atlanta to New York to speak on that panel and not one person charged me. And these are people at like Spotify, Pandora, all of these different entities, Atlantic Records. They did not charge me a dime. So you get what I'm saying? So this is just me trusting myself and just reaching out and just praying to God, like, just say yes. Like, you'll have no reason to say no. Yeah. You know?
That's
but
what
yeah.
I feel like I'm going through right now because I have a client and we started with her brand campaign, but like right now we're doing a whole event. So now I'm like the brains behind her event because she's just everywhere and worried about the business. So I'm just trying to figure out. I decided to add that into my business by saying like project management, managing their projects because I'm good with strategy and organizing things.
Yeah. So just you utilize that this relationship with this client and build that up, and so therefore you are able to attain other clients by showcasing.
Our mission is to redefine female relationships in a personal space and professionally. So I have the LLC portion where it's, just about getting the media out there because we have things like baddies and all these things saying that this is what female relationships look like, and that's not true. So redefining the media part, but then I also have a nonprofit where we work with young girls and teach them how to social skills, essentially, but it's faith-based. So I love that was a good question because my question was, as far as marketing, I feel like I'm good as far as Instagram, but marketing as far as those pitch decks and asking people to believe in your vision when ultimately the people that you're reaching is not really them. You just want them to sponsor it.
Right.
How do you pitch from your experience, like your adult people meet? How do you pitch and get people involved in the things that you're doing and the things that you might not have did yet, but you know it's going to be a thing in the future?
So you try to see what their initiative is, like what their focus is, right? And you try to make it make sense some type of way. You tie it in. Even if it's a word, if it's a sentence, whatever, you try to figure out what they are focused on, what they care about right now. So if it's mental health awareness, right? You be like, hey, we're doing this event. You might just have to include a segment in your event about mental health awareness. And you may not want to, but if you want their sponsorship, you have to make them feel like, okay, you're not just taking their money, but they're getting something out of it too. So you have to expose their brand to a way to where it makes sense for them as well. So sometimes it's adjusting your programming a little bit so it can identify like what they represent as well too. So you kind of got to play into that field of what they want, what they're representing, what they're targeting, and make it make sense for your brand too. But not pivoting too far off to where it's like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, you want to make it make sense, but just dive into what their initiatives is. Even if you can look at it on their website, on Instagram, it might be this month they're focusing on pumpkin patches. Who knows? You now figure out a way to create an event around pumpkin patches or identifying that or being relatable to that to make them be like, okay, this is cool. This would be dope for us to partner together.
So when you talked to the guy from Google, you were telling him about what you wanted. So you bought what you wanted to the table. You didn't.
Yeah, I just told him. I explained what Dope People Meet was, and what I did a series. So once, because he was more focused on like the whole tech space, right? So in my mind, photography, videography is like techie in a way, right? So I did a series with strictly photographers, so dope photographers around Atlanta. I highlighted them, had them come speak on the panel, did one on videography, highlighted them, had them speak on the panel. When we went to New York, we did the streaming economy. So I had, like I said, my people from Pandora, my people from Spring all of that. I had them on the panel. So I made it make sense to what he was trying to focus on, but just tacked it to different industries to make it fun and entertaining. So yeah.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Yes.
Hi, so I'm Shay again, and so my question is, I am a PR professional in the beauty world, so I've been doing that for the past 3 years, but I want to transition back into music and entertainment PR, and I'm curious to know if you had any tips or advice of like making that transition, because it's like, you know, I know my skills are transferable, but it's like, is it more like industry events I need to attend to get to know, or
Industry events. And finding your artist that you like, that's professional, that you can rock with.
Okay.
And you help build them up, even if you're not getting paid in the beginning, but you rock out with them until you can. Or it might introduce you to another artist that may need PR, whatever the case might be. But I would say that will be the lane I will tackle. I will literally find an artist, find a manager, like just find them on Instagram, whatever. Find a manager, connect with them, like, hey, I'm in the beauty industry, but I want to get back into entertainment. Do you mind me assisting or doing a internship for 90 days? Whatever the case might be, I can travel with you guys or not, but I can just come to the studio. I can be a part. You know, I just want to represent them for 90 days. Let's see how it goes. If you like it, we can move forward and actually solidify a contract. You know, anything like that. That's what I recommend. Find your artist that's like good. Yeah. Okay. Last question, y'all. Last question. Oh, well, you had a question?
Oh, yeah, I did. Thank you, Porchia, for speaking. I really appreciate it. My name is Nicole Zhao, and I'm a senior marketing student at GSU. And I sort of want to take a different approach and take a step back, because I feel like the ladies that asked the question, they were sort of like already in their business, like being like in the post-grad era, and like even before deciding to be an entrepreneur, like what was like your mental or like your mindset or just like your personal journey into like deciding to pursue all these different roles and businesses? Because I took a look at your LinkedIn and you're wearing so many hats, and like, and even when you said back before that like your mom wanted you to be like a doctor, maybe like no one else was an entrepreneur. So how did you come to that like realization that like I can really do this?
Okay, so I'm gonna try to make it short. Long story short, how can I do this? Okay, so when I decided to come to Atlanta, so let me backtrack. I graduated college early. I graduated a semester early. So I graduated early. I was went to school 2010 to 2013. Boom. I was very focused on sports and entertainment. That was my thing. I wanted to be a journalist, analyst, reporter, that whole thing. I started like literally just scouting like the games during that summer, and was just like writing about them and posting it on my, I don't even know what platform I had at that time, but it was something that people just posted like blogs, right? So then my homie that lives here in Atlanta, summer 2014, he called me randomly. It's like, what are you doing now? And I was like, I'm focused on trying to do sports. And at the time, I was working in the Grizzlies team store. But I also met a reporter that came in there. So this is also paying attention to your surroundings and connecting with people, right? Again, like I said, so I saw this reporter, this guy, and I was like, yo, I want to do sports. I was like, are you guys hiring at the station? Things like that. But it was moving so slow. Everything to me was so slow paced, right? So I was like, I want to, I'm trying to get into sports reporting. He was like, dang, I need a sports reporter this summer, right? So we talked for like an hour and some change, and he was just like teaching me how to like network, build my network, all of that. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to come next week, and I'm stay for 3 days. I came for 3 days. He took me everywhere to all the lit events, right? Again, marketing, networking, everything back then was totally different. It was fun, it was vibrant. I'm seeing all these people from Housewives, T.I., all these people, right? It's lit, right? So I go to all these events. I explore the city with him. He teach me how to network, introduced me to people. Boom. I ended up staying for a full week. I was supposed to only be here 3 days. I started to explore the city outside of him. I explored it for myself. When I woke up at home on that Monday morning, my first mind was like, you don't belong here. My first mind said, try Atlanta. If Atlanta don't work, try Texas. I was me up and was like, his name is Adam Lee, so if y'all ever see interviews and I talk about him, this is my dog, this is like my brother. And him and this girl we went to college with, they were roommates. He was like, I got a futon for you to sleep on, a class to put your clothes in. I said, boom. It was in McDonough, so it's far, but I was grateful. Okay, the next day when I got here too, it was a job fair, so in my mind, I got to figure it out. Oh, I'm going to go to the job fair, I'm going to get a job. Child, please, y'all know what you're doing. But anyway, but I'm thinking this, right? But I'm still believing in myself. And again, I'm lying to my mom and my grandmother like I got it figured out, but I did not. But I also was very fearless enough to be able to trust in myself enough that, number one, I know I'm going to figure it out. Number two, going back home is not an option. And I still got my cute pink room from my childhood, so I can go home if I want to. But it was not an option. I literally even made up in my, I also made up in my mind if I was going to be quote unquote homeless, which I was for a week, but I'll get to that another time. But I had made up in my mind I was gonna get a membership at Planet Fitness because it was $10 a month, I think, something like that. So I could shower and get dressed every day, and I was gonna sleep in the parking lot of a hotel. I think that's what I told myself. Yeah, and I was gonna get my car windows tinted. I had to figure out how I was gonna be homeless, right? And how I was not going back home, and I wasn't gonna tell nobody. I had it figured out in my mind. So these are things that nobody can teach you. This is something internal, right? So it's not really a person that kind of taught me. Like, my homeboy helped me by like randomly calling me. I haven't talked to him in forever when he did reach out, but me exploring the city with him, me exploring the city on my own, realizing like Memphis is too slow. I need to move out. I need to leave and come do my own thing. So therefore, that's kind of what got me to where I am. And I just started exploring. I started with the PM Effect, which is my sports and entertainment outlet. I went on tour with this artist, Day Day. The manager left us. I was doing everything. I was supposed to be his assistant. I was the tour manager, the brand, everything. That's what made me start the PM firm, because I was like, I'm literally doing the manager's job. So I was like, let me get my LLC so people can take me serious. Did that, and then I started Dope People Meet because I wanted to start my own event space or event curation platform. And so that's how I started building everything like that over time. Yeah, I know that was a lot, but thank y'all so much for coming. Can I get a quick picture with all of y'all real quick?